GoHighLevel helps agency owners and entrepreneurs automate their entire sales process so they can scale without the tech headache. In this review, I'll show you what the tool actually does, how the key features like all-in-one consolidation, unified conversation inboxes, and white labeling fit into real workflows, and who this makes sense for, plus where GoHighLevel falls short. Now, let's get started. Pros and the so what. The biggest draw for GoHighLevel is that it acts as the Swiss Army knife of marketing, replacing your funnel builder, email autoresponder, booking calendar, and CRM. This matters because for a professional, tool fatigue is a silent profit killer. Instead of bleeding cash between $500 and $2,000 every single month on separate subscriptions for ClickFunnels, Calendly, and ActiveCampaign, you're paying one flat monthly fee for the software, starting at just $97 for the starter plan. This simplifies your accounting and ensures your data isn't siloed. When a lead books on your GoHighLevel calendar, the CRM knows instantly, and automation triggers without needing a buggy third-party bridge. Just remember that while the platform fee is flat, you still pay small usage based on costs like $0.007 per SMS and $0.675 per 1,000 emails. The unified conversation inbox. GoHighLevel pulls every message from Facebook, Instagram, SMS, email, Google Business Messages, and WhatsApp into one stream. They updated this to the new Conversations experience, a 4-panel layout that includes AI intent detection to automatically label leads as positive or negative. This is key because speed to lead is the only metric that truly dictates your conversion rate in a crowded market. If you're a real estate agent or a consultant, you cannot afford to miss a DM because you didn't check your Instagram notifications. This command center ensures you respond in seconds, not hours, with all the contact history right in front of you. The SaaS Pro Business in a Box. For agencies, the $497 SaaS Pro plan allows you to white label the entire platform and rebill your clients for AI and communication usage. This is important because it transforms you from a service provider into a software owner. Instead of just selling SEO or ads, you're selling a proprietary lead management system where you earn a profit margin every time your client's automated AI bot sends a text or books an appointment. It creates massive stickiness with your clients. It is much harder for someone to fire you when your software is running their entire daily operation. Part 2. Cons and the reality check. While the all-in-one promise is GoHighLevel's biggest strength, it's important to understand the trade-offs of such a massive ecosystem. Because GoHighLevel aims to do everything, it occasionally lacks the singular polish you might find in a tool that only does one thing. For instance, while the funnel builder is incredibly capable, you might find the user interface feels a bit more technical than a dedicated drag-and-drop landing page builder. You should also expect a fast-paced environment. GoHighLevel pushes updates multiple times a week to stay ahead of the market, which means you'll occasionally encounter minor visual glitches or workflow adjustments as the software evolves. It's also crucial to look at the usage-based side of the math so you can budget accurately. Think of the starter plan I mentioned earlier as your entry into the stadium. You still need to pay for the concessions based on how much you actually use the platform. If you're running a high-volume operation with a massive list, these fees can add $50 to $100 to your monthly bill. However, when you compare that to the total cost of 5 or 6 separate subscriptions, you're usually still coming out way ahead. Just keep in mind that all-in-one refers to the features, while the communication gas remains as pay-as-you-go model. Part 3. The workflow and UI. The GoHighLevel interface isn't a 747 cockpit anymore, but it's definitely not a minimalist dream. They rolled out a mission control homepage and a smart app drawer to hide the clutter, but the sheer power under the hood is still massive. You still have opportunities, automation, and sites, and navigating between them can still feel like a workout. The learning curve is steep. If you want a plug-and-play tool you can master in an afternoon, then GoHighLevel isn't it. you're looking at a 2 to 4 week minimum setup time just to get your foundational workflows and domain mapping done. And don't forget A2P10 DLC compliance. The carriers have tightened the screws even more. You now have to navigate a revamped trust center and pay upfront vetting fees to send your first text. It's a powerful engine, but you have to build the dashboard yourself before you can drive it. If you aren't tech savvy, you'll likely need a GoHighLevel specialist, or you'll be spending your weekends in high-level university watching their beginner courses just to get off the ground. Now, if you already have an idea that you would like to try GoHighLevel, the link for it is in the description. It's my affiliate link, which helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. Now, let's look at how this actually fits into your existing tech stack with integrations. Part 4. Ecosystem and integrations. The tech stack test is where GoHighLevel either wins you over or loses you forever. Does it play nice with others? Well, mostly yes. It has a massive app marketplace and a modern API v2 that lets you build almost any custom connection you can imagine. For professionals, the native integration with Google Workspace and Slack is a lifesaver. You can sync your Google Calendar so you never get double booked, and you can use the AI Workflow Builder to automatically ping a specific Slack channel only when a lead shows high intent. However, the stability can be a re-login headache. Users still report that Facebook and Instagram integrations break every few months because of Meta's strict security updates, forcing you to go back in and re-verify your permissions manually. It is not a set it and forget it tool. It requires a monthly health check to make sure your connections are still active and your automations aren't stalling out. Part 5. Price and the competition. In the market, GoHighLevel's biggest rivals are HubSpot and ClickFunnels 2.0 versus HubSpot. HubSpot is arguably much more polished, but to get the same level of automation and multi-user access that GoHighLevel gives you for $97, you will be paying at least $890 per month for their Marketing Hub Professional tier. While HubSpot's price climbs as you add more contacts or users, GoHighLevel stays flat, offering unlimited contacts and users on every plan. Versus ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels remains the king of intuitive funnel design. However, it still lacks the deep CRM and native two-way SMS that GoHighLevel provides out of the box. With ClickFunnels, you're usually forced to pay for a third-party service just to text your leads, adding more duct tape to your tech stack. The Markup Math. This is where GoHighLevel truly separates itself from the pack. If you are on the $497 Agency Pro plan, you aren't just saving money, you are making it. GoHighLevel allows you to rebill your clients for usage with a markup. For example, the high-level price for an SMS is $0.007, but you can set a 3x markup in your settings, so the client pays $0.0237. You pocket the 0.0158 profit every time they send a text. The verdict on value. If you are a small agency with 10 clients, a separate stack of tools would cost you over $400 a month just for yourself. With GoHighLevel's $297 unlimited plan, you can host all 10 of those clients in their own sub-accounts for one price. You aren't just saving the integration tax of paying for Zapier, you're turning your software overhead into a legitimate profit center. Part 6. The verdict. So, is GoHighLevel worth it? Well, if you are an agency owner, a tech-savvy consultant, or a business that manages more than 50 leads a month, then yes, it's a buy. The ability to centralize your operations and white label the software for recurring revenue is a massive ROI play that will save you thousands in the long run. If you are a solopreneur who just needs a simple link in bio or a basic newsletter, then you should probably skip it. GoHighLevel is a massive overkill for you. With the added complexity of AI settings and carrier compliance, you'll spend more time fixing the tool than actually using it for your business. So at the end of the day, GoHighLevel is a tool, not a miracle. It won't fix a bad offer or lack of leads, but it will give you the enterprise level infrastructure to scale once you have those fundamentals figured out. If you found this video helpful and you're planning to try GoHighLevel, remember to use my link in the description. It really helps me keep these reviews coming. But before you go, is an all-in-one setup your productivity dream, or is it just a buggy nightmare? Drop your vote in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.